Hi there. So, Chuka, you gave up on the leadership election in 2015 because you hadn't anticipated the press intrusion into your family. You then gave up on the new party you co-founded earlier this year because you hadn't anticipated the infrastructure required to build a political party. You've been in 3 parties this year, refused to call a by-election during the entire period. Isn't the truth that you're really just a career politician willing to say and do anything to keep your job?
You're obviously my biggest fan, mate. Let's just go through that. So I decided not to stand for the leadership of the Labour Party. I left the Labour Party to set up a new party. It didn't go very well, and that makes me a careerist. Goodness me. If that makes me a careerist, goodness knows what, if I'd stayed in those in that party and continued on the trajectory I was on, you'd say, look, you're obviously not my biggest fan, mate. But what I would say is I've done what I've done because I believe in a set of values. I'm a social democrat with liberal values. And the reason that I left the Labour Party and ended up joining the Liberal Democrats is because I'm liberal, international, progressive and future orientated. And if that's your outlook, then I would say vote for the Liberal Democrats in this general election. And, if you've got a problem with me pulling out of the leadership race of the Labour Party 4 years ago because I actually thought you should put your family before politics, well, so be it. We'll have to agree to disagree.
But then why didn't you go straight from Labour to the Lib Dems?
Because I think the truth is that many people at the beginning of this year, and politics is so volatile at the moment, actually thought that, particularly in the kind of progressive, centre ground, liberal space, thought at the beginning of this year, including many people, I might say, senior figures actually in the Liberal Democrats, who thought in the end we were probably going to need a new political party to take that project forward that would in the end up working with the Liberal Democrats. And as it turned out, when we went to the British people in May in those European elections, I said, look, we don't want another liberal progressive centre ground party. There is one. What we want people to do is consolidate and coalesce around it, the Liberal Democrats. And I took my instructions from the people in that election.
He silenced you, Leo.
No, but I mean, just look at how it appears from the outside, right?
No, I know, and Iain's put that to me, and you're obviously not a fan of my politics and what I've done, and that's perfectly legitimate. That's totally, I don't criticise you for that at all, and you're raising legitimate questions, but politics is in flux. We're moving from 20th century left-right politics to a different form of politics in the 21st century. The 2 big main parties are divided, past their sell-by dates. They've been making too many decisions in their own party political interests. And I think people want something different. And they like it when politicians actually say, I'm not just going to stick with this thing and carry on with this rubbish for tribal reasons. I'm going to try and do something different. And I'll tell you one thing I won't disagree with if anyone's saying it, is that I certainly haven't chosen the easiest course here. It's been incredibly difficult making the decisions that I've made this year. And I'm sorry, it's just a bit absurd to suggest I've done this for careerist reasons. You don't do what I've done this year if you want to just go up the greasy pole and become a minister. You just don't do it.
Okay.